fishies. So I'm gonna go for a swim. Do you wanna join me? I'd love if you would go for a swim with me. Great, let's hop on in.
Today we're going to be learning about fish, and I'm really excited because fish are very, very important for not only food chains but for nutrient recycling, and without fish our oceans and lakes would basically die. So fish are very, very important. The fish that you see on the screen right now, those are cichlids, and they are from a lake in Africa. They are a freshwater fish and they are herbivores. They like to eat plants and algae. They're very, very beautiful and can come in so many different colors. You can see these fish in the Discovery Center at the Racine Zoo.
Friends, today we're gonna learn about fish, and I'm super excited because I love to go swimming and I love the ocean and I love fish. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna clap our hands. Sing, sing, sing hello together. Sing, sing, sing hello together. And everybody says hello. So today we're going to be learning about fish and the ocean and all sorts of good stuff. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to learn how to say fish in sign language. And to do that, you're going to take your hand like this and you're going to do that. That means fish in sign language. It's kind of like a fish swimming through the ocean or the water. Yeah, good job. My favorite way to say fish, and this is Miss Brittany's way to say fish, is to go like this. That's my favorite way to say fish. But if we wanted to say fish in sign language, we're gonna go like this, and that means fish in sign language. And now we use sign language when we wanna talk to people who cannot hear because they are deaf. So we use our hands to say words and talk to them so that they can understand us. All right, and so the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to learn 5 fun facts about fish. All right, fact number 1, going into our fish bowl. There are over 30,000 different kinds of fish in the world. That's a lot of fish, and scientists discover more fish and new fish every single day. All right, so fact number 2, going into the fish bowl, is that so many fish use camouflage to help them survive. Camouflage is an adaptation that an animal has to help them blend in with their environment. In it goes. All right, fact number 3, going in our fish bowl, is that although a jellyfish has the name fish attached to it, it's not a fish at all. So fish are vertebrates, which means that they have a backbone going down their back, and jellyfish do not have any backbones, so they are an invertebrate, and therefore they are not a fish at all. Fact number 4 is that we know that fish have scales, but they are also covered in a slime that helps them move efficiently through the water. Fact number 4, going in the bowl. All right, and fact number 5 is that there are over 1,000 different kinds of fish that are critically endangered, and that's really, really bad for our ocean's ecosystem. Between pollution and overfishing, we're doing some serious damage to our ocean and waterways. So now we have our 5 little fish in the bowls. Those are our 5 facts about fish. And I want to take a minute to talk to you guys about how we can help the ocean. So I'm going to tell you 3 things that you can do that will help the ocean and the animals that live in it. Number 1, eat sustainable seafood. That is a huge one. On your fish that you buy at the grocery market, you will see a logo and it'll say sustainable seafood. That's the type of fish that you want to buy. Sources that are harvesting fish from the ocean aren't doing so sustainably, and that's causing a lot of problems with the amount of fish that we have in the ocean and the ecosystem of the ocean. So eat sustainable seafood if you can. Number 2 would be to use eco-friendly cleaners. So all of the cleaners that we use, the soaps that we use, the detergents, all of those things go down the drains. It goes into our waterways, our lakes, and our oceans, and those cleaners are not things that we would naturally find in the ocean or in our water, and so therefore it can be very damaging to the animals and the fish that live in those waters. So when you buy your cleaners, you want to look for things that are eco-friendly, things that say that they're friendly for the environment, because when they wash down into those waterways, they're not going to cause as much harm as our other cleaners or more harsh cleaners would. My third fact for helping the ocean and the animals that live in it is to try to eliminate single-use plastic as much as possible. This one is super, super hard because almost everything we buy comes wrapped in plastic. We use it almost every day of our life for one task or the other. And so this one is super hard. But I know that if we try, we can do our best to eliminate as much as possible. And we want to do that because this is eventually going to be thrown in the trash. Once we use it and it's done, we're going to throw it away. We're going to throw it in the trash. It's going to end up in the ocean. It's going to end up in our waterways. And animals, a lot of times, think that this is food. So when they see a bag like this floating in the water, they think that this is a jellyfish. And they're gonna come up like a sea turtle. He's gonna come up, he's gonna try to eat this, and he's going to get hurt and he's gonna get sick because this is not a jellyfish. This is not food. We don't want our animals to eat it. We wouldn't want to eat this, would we? Yeah, and we wouldn't want our sea turtles to eat this either. So it's really, really important that we do our best to eliminate single-use plastic, because did you know that there is more plastic in the oceans than there are fish? Yeah, that's a problem. So the number one thing that you can do to help the ocean is to eliminate as much single-use plastic as possible. And it is so hard, and I struggle with it too. I'm working on it, but as long as we're working on it and as long as we're trying, that's the best thing that we can do. All right, friends, so it's story time, and today we're going to read The Fish with the Deep Sea Smile. Now, I love this book because of the illustrations, and the illustrations are the pictures of the book. So when we go through the book, I want you to look at all the illustrations, and I want you to tell me what you think. So, they fished and they fished way down in the sea. Down in the sea a mile, they fished among all the fish of the sea for the fish with the deep sea smile. One fish came up from the deep of the sea, from down in the sea a mile. It had blue-green eyes and whiskers 3, but never a deep sea smile. One fish came up from the deep of the sea, from down in the sea a mile, with electric lights up and down its tail, but never a deep sea smile. Looks like their water's getting pretty rough there. They fished and they fished all across the sea. And down in the depths a mile, they fished among all the fish in the sea for the fish with the deep sea smile. Have you ever been fishing before? One fish came up with terrible teeth. One fish with a long, strong jaw. One fish came up with eyes on stalks. One fish with terrible claws. This fish has claws like a lobster. They fished all through the ocean deep for many, many a mile, and they caught a fish with a laughing eye, but none with the deep sea smile. And then one day they got a pole from deep down in the sea, and when they pulled the fish in the boat, he smiled a deep sea smile. And as he smiled, the hook got free, and then what a deep sea smile. He flipped his tail and swam away. Down in the sea a mile. Aren't these pictures so beautiful? I just love how the jellyfish kind of glow. Thanks for reading that story with me. I had a lot of fun doing that with you. And now we are going to sing a song about sharks and fish. Now sharks eat fish, and that is super, super important for our environment and our ecosystem of the ocean. That food chain is very, very important. And so we're going to sing a little song about some shark eating some fish. Are you ready? First thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna need our 5 counting fingers. Let's make sure we have them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're gonna need to be able to say fish in sign language. Good job. All right, so you ready? There were 5 little fishies swimming in the sea. Teasing Mr. Sharky, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Shark, quiet as can be. And then snap! Then there were 4 little fishies swimming in the sea. Teasing Mr. Sharky, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Sharky, quiet as can be. With a snap! And then there were 3 little fishies swimming in the sea. Teasing Mr. Sharky, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Sharky, quiet as can be. And then snap! And then there were 2 little fishies swimming in the sea. Teasing Mr. Sharky, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Sharky, quiet as can be. And then there was a snap! Then there was 1 little fishy swimming in the sea. Teasing Mr. Sharky, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Sharky, hungry as can be. With a snap! And then there were no little fish swimming in the sea. And there was Mr. Sharky, full as can be. Well, little fish, I had so much fun today with you, from reading our story, singing our song, and learning about fish. I am so excited to hopefully be seeing you at the zoo soon, and I think it's time to go. So let's say goodbye. Let's clap our hands. Sing, sing, sing goodbye together. Sing goodbye together. And everybody says goodbye. Goodbye, little fish.